Hey guys, what's going on? This is Blee from Nerf Gun Attachments.com, and this is the Nerf Modulus ECS-10. Wait, that's not right. This is the Nerf Modulus ECS-10.
Nerf Modular Gun Attachments.
Included in the box is the Modulus blaster itself with a 10-round banana magazine, a dual rail barrel, a drop grip, targeting scope, and a storage stock, as well as 10 white elite darts. Alright guys, this is it. This is the Nerf N-Strike Modulus ECS-10 from Hasbro. I'll start with the base blaster, and then I'll add each attachment into the mix as we go along. The Nerf Modulus ECS-10 is a battery-operated semi-auto flywheel blaster. It requires 4 AA batteries to work. Without the batteries, it will not function at all. And of course, they are not included with the purchase. Starting from the front of the Modulus, you see the orange muzzle, which is standard on most Nerf blasters. The Modulus muzzle is a fully functioning barrel attachment nozzle for extended barrels, or barrel extension attachments, however you wish to say it. You can put them on here. Compatible with all N-Strike and N-Strike Elite barrel attachment. Moving back, we see the skeletal barrel shroud here with the orange barrel running through the middle. Up top, just over the muzzle, is a small flip-up sight, similar to what they have on the Rapid Strike CS-18. Under that, on the bottom of the blaster, is a small tactical rail. Up top, on top of the blaster, is another tactical rail. This one's completely smooth, like what we see on Nerf Rebel blasters. Coming down here, under the Modulus logo, is another attachment rail on the side. And if you look on the opposite side, there is another attachment rail in the same place. Coming back down to the bottom, behind the tack rail, is a pretty nice hand guard or hand rest area to place your hand when you're holding or firing the Modulus. Directly behind that is the mag well. This is where you put your Nerf magazines full of darts in here, like so. Coming up top is yet another tactical rail, which also doubles as the carry handle for the Modulus blaster. Under the carry handle is the jam access door. Opening it up, you can see directly down into the mag well, and you can clear any jammed darts. You can also see the pusher mechanism and the flywheels themselves. Moving back from that, there's the nice little Nerf logo. And coming straight to the back of the blaster is a stock attachment point. This is where you put all your shoulder stock attachments. Any N-Strike compatible shoulder stock will fit on here perfectly. Coming down underneath that is the main pistol grip handle. It sports a skeletal design much like the rest of the blaster. And even the main firing trigger has that skeletal thing going on. Looks pretty cool. This is how you fire. You hold down the acceleration trigger, which is this little button here, and then you pull the trigger to fire. You have to pull the trigger each time you want to fire a dart. Across from the acceleration trigger is the mag release button. That's how you take the mag out of the mag well. Inside this handguard is also the battery tray. That's where you put your 4 AA batteries. Once again, the Modulus will not function without batteries, so make sure you pick some up. The Nerf Modulus operates just like the Nerf Strife or any semi-auto flywheel blaster. First, you remove the magazine. You load it up with a few darts. You reinsert the magazine into the mag well. Hold down the acceleration trigger. You will hear the flywheels revving up if you have batteries installed. If not, then your blaster's not going to work. Next, squeeze the trigger all the way back to fire a dart. Each time you wish to fire a dart, you have to pull this trigger. Don't forget, it's semi-auto. It's not fully automatic like the Rapid Strike. On to the firing test. Now let's go over the Nerf Modulus base attachments that came in the box. First up is the dual rail barrel. This is an extended barrel attachment that also accepts more extended barrel attachments exhibit. It also features two tactical rails, one up top, one on the bottom. That's why it's called the dual rail barrel. It attaches right onto the muzzle of the Modulus, just like this. And you're good to go. It's so short that it doesn't really affect any kind of performance, or at least the difference is highly negligible. When you have longer barrels, it increases the dart drag because the dart is bouncing around inside of there, unless you have a really wide barrel. This diameter is exactly the same as the built-in Modulus barrel, so that would increase the dart drag, but it's so short that the difference is really hard to spot. So I like this barrel. That's good. Next, let's take a look at the Modulus drop grip. The drop grip is a foregrip attachment, much like the assault grip from the Nerf Retaliator. It allows you to get a better control of your blaster, increasing aim and movement, and it feels pretty comfortable. It's a good size, even for my adult hand. It feels comfortable to hold the blaster this way. Definitely. Next up, we'll attach the Nerf Modulus targeting scope. Slide onto the top tactical rail. You can look through it. You see that little reticle in there? It looks pretty cool. There's no plastic or plexiglass or whatever here, and some people are, offended by that for some reason, but the glass, I guess they think it adds to the realism of the scope, but it looks the same. It still looks just as cool to me, and most times when they put that cheap glass in there, it actually distorts your field of view. So I'm fine with this scope. It looks cool sitting up there. It's fun to look through sometimes, though I wouldn't really aim with it, really. And I think it just looks nice. So finally, we'll add this storage stock onto the back of the Modulus. The storage stock is a shoulder stock attachment that's meant to help steady out the blaster and help you to aim and move more precisely. Coupled with the grip here, you should be ready to take out all targets. It also stores an extra magazine, which is very convenient. Yeah, it clips right in there. It's close to your body, it doesn't get in the way or anything, and it makes for a quick reload. Let's do another firing test with everything attached. Now let's go over the attachments in a little more detail while they're attached to the Modulus. The dual rail barrel, it doesn't really do anything good or bad. It doesn't increase or decrease functionality or performance of the blaster. All it does is look cool and afford the opportunity to add even more attachments. You can increase the length of the blaster. You can add another one of these. You can add a Spectre barrel or Retaliator barrel onto here because it has a barrel extension point, even though it is a barrel extension. It also has another 2 tactical rails. So right out of the box, the Modulus has, 7 tactical rails. That's very cool. Next, we'll move on to the drop grip here. It's sturdy enough for a Nerf attachment. It's very comfortable to hold. It's a good size for my adult hand, and I would assume smaller hands as well. Feels very good. It's nice and beefy there. That's a common word in the Nerf community, apparently. Feels very good. I like it. It looks good. It feels good. It's an alternative to the Retaliator Assault Grip, which is what most people use down there most of the time. The targeting scope, like I said, it looks cool, sits there, you don't even have to use it, it doesn't really get in the way. You can actually aim down it, although, you know, the darts will be dropping down low, so I don't know if you hit your target with it, but it looks cool, and the lack of the glass is actually a positive for me, if I'm being honest. Because even the great sights that Nerf has made, or scopes, it has that plastic in there. It gets all blurry when you're looking through it, so I don't know why they do that. But it is what it is, so moving on. We'll go back to this shoulder stock. I sound like I was praising it when I introduced it just a few moments ago, but the shoulder stock for the Modulus actually brings us to our first WTF moment. As in, what the heck were they thinking? Look at these two little spaghetti noodles here. Look at that. Look how flimsy this stock is. It's like a joke. You cannot effectively maneuver with this. You can't aim. It's not steadying anything. It's all flimsy. It is so weak, and it's just terrible. It's like the old Recon stock or the Nerf Praxis stock even. Although I think that one was a little more rigid, but this is weak. It's the worst part of the Modulus. It's the worst attachment for the Modulus. It's terrible. Absolute garbage. Now on to my final opinion of the Nerf Modulus. I won't lead you into a big build-up of does he like it or does he not. Even though I'm sure you could tell by the rest of the review that I really, really like the Modulus. I always loved the Strife. I love all the Strife reshells. I love the Demolisher. I love the Rebel Rapid Red. I love the Raven's not really a reshell, but it's another semi-auto flywheeler. And if you like those, if you like the Raven, if you like the Strife, you're gonna love this. So why buy this instead of a Strife? If you're looking for a primary, the stock size, even without any attachments, is bigger than the Strife and more suitable to feel comfortable as a primary. It's definitely a one-handed blaster. You can dual wield these, but it's a little front heavy because the batteries sit here. But that's perfect because this area is so comfortable to rest your hand on. So, two-handed primary blaster. It's fully functional. It's more tactical than the Strife because in addition to stock attachment and barrel attachment points and the 2 tactical rails that the Strife has, the Modulus has another 3. The Modulus has 5 tactical rails to the Strife's 2. So it's more tactical. It comes with more attachments. New design, new beautiful design, new color scheme. As you can see from the firing test, the Modulus is right up there with every other Elite blaster, and I honestly think it's shooting a little better. It's shooting a little better. It seems to be slightly more powerful, if not the same, but the range was on par. The groupings seemed a little tighter to me. I don't know if they offset the flywheels a little or something, but it seems to be shooting straighter and with tighter groupings. So I know saying a Nerf gun is accurate isn't really saying much, but I find it to be slightly more accurate than comparable Nerf blasters in its category. So yeah, the Modulus has my full purchase recommendation. Guaranteed, definitely, wholeheartedly. Anything you want to say, yes. Should you buy a Modulus? Yes. But nothing is perfect, so, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you about the few flaws that the Modulus has. We'll start with the tiniest ones and we'll work our way up to the most glaring flaws and my biggest gripes with the Modulus. First, for the most tactical blaster that has come out in recent times, the Modulus has no wholly dedicated sling points. Where are you putting a sling on here? You could probably fit something in all these skeletal areas, like a carabiner or maybe even a latch from the bandolier or something, but there's nothing dedicated purposefully for slings. That's one gripe. Not huge, but it's there. Next, and I know you heard this one before, the handle looks very cool in my opinion, but there's this sharp little edge, I don't know if you can tell, on both sides. This thing is poking out, it comes to an abrupt angle, so it does dig into your hand, which can become uncomfortable after a while, but you know, it bothers some people more than others. For me, it's not that bad, but you can definitely feel it. This can be fixed though, but it's really weird that they didn't notice that while they were testing the blaster, and some kind of quality assurance point in the manufacturing process, you would think they came across this and said, hey, this doesn't feel that good. But I don't know. And last, the biggest flaw, my biggest gripe with the Modulus. Unbelievably, what is this? What is this? This stock is terrible. Why was it included? It looks pretty cool. It holds another clip or magazine, which is great. But it's so flimsy. It doesn't make sense. It's horrible. And for me, or bigger Nerfers, I'm sure this is too short. It's too small. If they were doing reshells and rebranding and repurposing things and coming out with new old things again and reviving stuff, they should have came out with another Raider stock, or they should have brought that Super Soaker stock back that company is now making and manufacturing, called Worker Stocks, which was based on that Super Soaker stock. So Nerf could have made any of those. But now I'm going to recommend you go out and you get a Raider stock. You use your own Raider stock that you already have, or you get a Worker stock, or you use your Super Soaker stock or something. This stock is terrible. It's horrible. Don't use it. If you buy the Modulus, as soon as you open up the box, just take this off and throw it somewhere. Throw it in the garbage. Something. It's terrible. I hate that. But once again, even with those small flaws, I can still say the Modulus has my full recommendation. Definitely go out, grab this blaster, and you'll have a lot of fun. If you do decide to purchase one of these, there's an Amazon buy link down in the description, so check that out. That's about it for this review, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like it. Like it if you like the video. Press the like button. Pound that like button out. If you disliked it, well, maybe dislike it if you disliked it. But if you did like it, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be coming out more videos like this, more reviews, more Nerf content, so subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section. Right now, I'm definitely reading every single comment I get, and I'm replying to most of them. I appreciate comments, likes, all of that. It makes me feel good about what I'm doing here for you guys, and it makes me want to continue. That positive feedback from you guys really helps me out, guys, so I appreciate that. But as always, this was Blee from Nerf Gun Attachments, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks again for watching. See you later. Subscribe! Now some angled shots. So angled, it definitely meets the 75 feet on this windy day.